So guys, today I'm going to start. So guys, I'm going to start new story. Hope you all like it. So let's get started. Okay, scene is on the bedroom scene. Young son, are you ready? One lady entered the room and asked to him. Taehyung look at her. Taehyung, mom, don't know why, but I don't want to go. Looking down and say, she smiled. Mrs. Kim, it's okay, my son. We go there just for 15 days, and I'm sure you feel good there. She smiled and looking. Thanks. She smiled and so, Tiang looking down and nodded. Mrs. Kim, listen to me. Look at him and say, Tiang, okay, okay, don't worry. I go with you all, but I want to tell you we stay there just 15 days. Say, make Mrs. Chen smile and nodded. Now she go and Tiang again get busy in his packing. Okay, now the next scene is done. This is the living room scene. So let's get started. Other hand, everyone listen to me please. Granny loudly call everyone. Mr. and Mrs. Jin, Jimin come. They all enter the living room. Granny, where is Yoongi and Jungkook? Asked to everyone. Mr. Jen, mom, as usual, office. Say, make she nodded. Granny, first I told you Kim didn't come on Jin wedding. Do you remember that? Say, make they all nodded, but now she smiled. Granny, sit. No, Granny. Now he called me and say his whole family coming, whole family. Happily say make Jimin and Jin get happy. Mrs. Jin, really they coming? Granny smiled and nodded. Jin, this is good news for me. Mr. Jin, how many days they stay here? Granny, at least 15. Jin smiled. Granny, when they come, we fixed Jin wedding date. Uh, how's it? I think you all like my plan. She said. Everyone smiled but Jin shyly looking down. Jimin smiled like he wanted to tease him. Jimin, my young feeling shy. While shy, you looking beautiful. Try to tease him. Jin, shut up, Jimin. Jimin started laughing. Jimin, I'm going to see my cousin. Literally, I'm so happy. He changed the topic. Jin smiled and nodded. Jin, I'm sure he also cute like you. Pinch Jimin cheeks and say. Jimin chuckled. Granny, okay, then now call Jungkook and Yoongi. Tell them come home soon. Mr. Jin, I will, but I don't think they come home earlier because today both have an important meeting. Say, make Granny angrily look at him. Granny, it's okay, just tell both. I'm calling. Say, make he nodded. Granny, and you. Now he is telling to everyone preparations. Point to Mrs. Jen. Mrs. Jen, yes. Granny, dear, you handle kitchen and see the dishes, okay? Smile and say, Mrs. Jen, sure. She stand up and go. Jin and Jimin sit beside Granny. Jimin, Granny, I'm so happy. Say and hold her hand. Granny chuckled. Jin, Granny, tell him don't tease me, okay? Otherwise, I tell Yoongi Hyung everything. Okay? Say make Jimin shocked. Jimin, huh? What you tell him? Whitney asked to him. Jin, nothing, just tell him, handle your husband. Jimin eyes widened. Jimin, Granny, see, he's teasing me. Look at Granny and say, Granny chuckled. Granny, now I think we also have to arrange your reception party. Huh? How's it? Don't worry. I talk with Yoongi and tell him everything. She also tried to tease Jimin. Say make Jimin eyes widen. He hurriedly said, Jimin, Granny, you know very well how much I'm scared to him. Looking down and say, Granny, but son, he is your husband. Looking down and say, Granny, but son, he is your husband. Say, make Jimin looking down. Jin noticed, he smiled and say, Jin, welcome with me. Jimin shocked. Jimin where? Jin, when Taehyung come, he also stay with us. So let's clean our room. He tried to change the topic. Say, Jimin really, he stay with us. Jin, I think, but uh, I think, but come with me. Hold Jimin hand and say, Jimin smiled and both go. Time skip night time. One man entered the house wear fully black color man's suit. Fully man's suit. With white shirt looking very handsome. Granny look at him and smile. Granny come. Jungkook nodded and sit in front of her. Granny, Jungkook, yes, Granny. Granny, you know your uncle and auntie Kim coming. Jungkook nodded, yes, mom, tell me. Granny, and Jin also going to marry. So I want. Now you stay home for some days. Jungkook, but Granny, you know very well I have a lot of works. Say make she nodded. Granny, I talk I talk with Yoongi. He just nodded like he say yes. But you? Hmm. Say make Jungkook look at her. Jungkook, Granny, I respect you a lot. Literally. You are my elder. But please don't take me wrong. Say make she nodded. Jungkook, morning time I go office, but lunch time I come back. Uh, this is enough for Granny. Say make Granny get happy. She happily nodded and say, Granny, thank you so much, son. Literally I'm happy. Now go your room and take some rest. Jungkook nodded. He stand up and about to go, but look at her and say, Granny, tomorrow who go airport for picking uncle and auntie? Granny smiled. Granny Yoongi. He nodded and about to go, but there Jimin come. Jimin Hyung happily says. Jungkook look at him and smile. Jungkook, why you still wake up, huh? Go and sleep. Jin, I want. Hyung, I want to spend time with Granny. That's why I come here. Jungkook nodded. Jungkook, okay, but sleep on time, okay? Say make this beauty nodded and Jungkook go. Jimin sit on the couch and rest his head on her. Granny smiled. Granny, what happened, my son? Asked to him. Jimin's eyes get teary. He looked at her and again looking down. Acha. Again looking down. Granny, Jimin, Granny, I miss mom and dad very much. Wipe his tears and say, Granny, I told you many times, don't cry, but you didn't listen to me. Say make Jimin smile. Jimin, Granny, you are the best. Literally, I'm saying truth. Sit up and look at her. Granny smiled. Granny, you know very well I can't see tears. I'm your in your eyes. Jimin looking down. Jimin, I think my life by thinking that someone loved me or not. Looking down and say, one tear come out. Granny smile. Granny, my son, don't be sad. I'm sure Yoongi will be loves you very much. Say make Jimin smile. Granny, now go your room. Jimin nodded. He go his room, but he don't know someone. Carefully listen everything. Someone is here. चलो ये हमारा नेक्स्ट सीन स्टार्ट हो गया. All night Jimin didn't sleep. He thinks someone loved him or not. He is 8 years old when his mom and dad the world. Everyone loves Jimin very much, but Jimin wants someone love him by his nature. Like he think everyone love him because he don't have parents, but he wants someone love him in nature, his dogs and style. Well night passed. Next day, Jin of Jimin, wake up downstairs. Everyone is waiting. Wake up now. Jimin opened his eyes and see time. It's 9 a.m. He shocked. Jin, finally you wake up. Now go. I'm waiting. We have to go downstairs. Jimin, uncle and auntie come. Jin, hmm. Jin nodded. He happily go. This beauty can't remember what he is thinking last night. Sometime later he come back and both go downstairs because Jimin want to meet her. Well, next scene is start. Jimin and Jin come down. They see one beauty silently sit between elders. Surely he is feeling bored. Jin look at Jimin. Jin, I told you wake up earlier, but you didn't listen to me. Now see how he sit between elders and feeling bored. Hmm. See? Jimin smile. Jimin, hello uncle, auntie. Look at both and happily say. Mrs. Kim smiled and nodded. Jin, you are Taehyung, right? Pointed to Taeyang and happily asked to him. Taeyang liked his nature. He smiled and hurriedly nodded. Jimin and Jin sit beside him. Jimin, I'm your bestest friend. Taeyang, huh? He confused. Jimin awkwardly smiled. Jimin, I mean to say, soon to be best friend. Say make Taeyang chuckle to listen this beauty talk. Jin, I told him wake up earlier, but he didn't listen to me. You don't know how much difficult to make him wake up. Say, Jimin, oof, Jin Hyung, please don't be. Say make Taeyang chuckled. Jimin, listen. Jimin, listen, did you want to stay with us in one room? We do a lot of fun. Taeyang didn't think he hurriedly say, of course I am. Say make Jimin smile. Jin, I told you. Taeyang say yes. Taeyang smile. Granny, okay, now you both go. Set the table. I'm sure they're feeling hungry. Jin, yes, Granny, don't worry. And you come with me. Look at Jimin and say because Jimin have to do everything. Jimin nodded. He stand up. Taeyang also stand up. Taeyang, if you want, can I come with you? Stand up and say, Jimin, no, he must be feeling bored. That's why he asked to both. Jimin looked at him. He smiled and said, wait for some seconds because the next is it's going to start. Jimin, of course, come with me. Say make Ting happily go. They go behind their Jungkook and Yoongi enter the living room. Mr. Kim stand up and hug him tightly. Mr. Kim, you both are. Look at both and say, Jungkook, fine uncle. Yoongi also say fine. Say and they sit down. चैन नहीं है मेरे फ़ोन. Jungkook and Yoongi start to talking with Mr. Kim. At this moment, there one very cute and beautiful boy come. Dang, Auntie Jin Hyung calling you. He want to talk with you. Please come on kitchen. Jungkook listen unfamiliar voice. He look back and see one cute boy. He forget to take breath. Yoongi see Jungkook and smile. Taehyung feel like someone look at him, so he look at Jungkook, who already look at him. At this moment, literally, this is the bestest moment ever. Both eyes met. Taehyung feels scared to see him. He hurriedly looking down, but still Jungkook look at him. Jungkook look Taehyung look other side and hurriedly went to kitchen like he don't have courage to to look into Jungkook's eyes. Jungkook cutely smile. Huh? Mrs. Jen, wait, I am coming. Say and go behind Jungkook looking down. He closes his eyes, try to calm himself, but still he feel his increased heart. Yoongi, Jungkook, Jungkook come to reality of Yoongi voice. Yoongi voice make Jungkook come to reality. This is the correct sentence. He look at him. Yoongi, are you okay? Jungkook smiled and nodded. Mrs. Jen, come, Mrs. Jen. Please, you all come. Dinner is ready. Everyone nodded and one by one they all go in living room. अच्छा जी. ये सीन स्टार्ट हो गया डाइनिंग रूम का. Well, one by one peoples come. Mrs. Jen, Mrs. Kim and Mr. Jen come. Mrs. Kim, Jen come sit their seats. Jimin, Jin and Ting also sit beside each other. Mrs. Jen, where is Jungkook and Yoongi? I told them come, but they about to complete her sentence. That time Yoongi say, Yoongi, we are here. Both enter the dining room and say, Mr. Kim's look at him and smile. Both also sit down. Yoongi sit in front of Jimin and Jungkook sit in front of Taehyung because that time he want to see this beauty clearly. Taehyung see Jungkook. He is looking down. He can't look into Jungkook's eyes. They start eating. Jungkook's eyes stuck on this beauty. Taehyung didn't eat anything just because of Jungkook. Jungkook see Taehyung's condition. He internally smiled. Mrs. Jen, Taehyung's son, what happened? Why you didn't eating? Is everything okay? She asked him. Taehyung, I am not feeling eating, auntie. That's why I am not. Awkwardly smile and say, but this time he is extremely hungry. He wants to eat everything one by one, but he can't just because of this man. Jungkook's phone started ringing. He attended the call because this call is important. Now he is busy to talking with someone. He's busy talking with someone, but didn't forget he have to look at Taeyang. Like his eyes stuck on Taeyang's face. Taeyang, Jimin, who's he? Look at Jimin and finally ask Jimin who? Taeyang, he. Jimin see and smile. He look at him and say Jimin, he is. He looked at Taeyang. Taeyang eyes widened because Jimin pointed to Jungkook in front of everyone. Taeyang shocked. Taeyang, put your hand down, okay? Say make Jimin laughing. Taeyang, I didn't talk with you. Fold both hands in his and say, Jimin smile. Jimin, okay, sorry. Say make Taeyang look at him. Jimin, he is my brother, Jungkook. I know he is handsome. Say, Tiang shocked. Tiang, he's your brother. Asked to him like he can't believe. Jimin, yes, cousin brother. Tiang chuckled and nodded. Well, Jimin, why you didn't tell him about your and Yoongi about tell him? Didn't tell him Yoongi is your husband? Say make Taeyang shocked. Taeyang, huh? You are married? Now he look at Jimin and hurriedly asked to him like he can't believe. He shocked how Taeyang sound. Yoongi look at him. He awkwardly smiled. Taeyang, who's your husband? I want to meet him. I want to see him. I want to know his name. Hurriedly asked to him, Jimin, Yoongi. Say in low voice. Taeyang smiled. Taeyang, really? Young, you are married? Now he asked to Yoongi like he don't know. He thinks Jimin's still lying. Cha. He asked to him. Yoongi looked at him and smiled. Yoongi, yes, Taehyung. Taehyung, wow, this couple is awesome. Happily say Jin looking down. Yoongi, thank you so much. Mrs. Jin, well, I also have one more couple. Sam smirked. Jin, huh, really? Mrs. Jin smiled and nodded. Mrs. Kim know what she want to say. She get happy. Jungkook, thanks for the meal. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the meal. He stand up. Mrs. Jin, where are you going, Jungkook? Jungkook, look at her. Jungkook, I have one important work. Tomorrow I come home earlier. So now I have to go office. Say make she nodded, but she said, Mrs. Jen, but come soon, okay? Say make Jungkook nodded. He looked at Taeyang, who also looked at him with cute eyes. That time Jungkook want to forget everything and just see this beauty. Jungkook sure say and go behind Taeyang took a relief because finally he is going to eat the meal. Taking in mind, finally he go think and start to eating. Elders started talking about Jin wedding. Jimin, Jin, Yoongi and Taehyung went to living room because they don't know how they stay how why they staying here because elders busy to talking with each other. Well, next scene is start. Time skip some days later, like some days past. Elders is busy in Jin wedding arrangements. There, when there Jungkook and Yoongi busy to talking with each other. So there Jin, Jimin and Taehyung come. Taeyang look at Jungkook look at Taeyang and smile. Taeyang again get looking down. He don't know why, but he can't able to look into his eyes. Yoongi, what happened? Asked him. Jimin don't have courage. He speak up. So finally Jin say, Jin, we are feeling bored. Jungkook, so what I do? As usual, cold voice. Jimin, I want we go our farmhouse. Say make Jungkook shocked. Yoongi, huh? Why there? Young Hyung, please. I want to see. He didn't look at Jungkook and told to Yoongi, but there have a lot of works, right, Jungkook? Sit and look at Jungkook, but Jungkook is busy to admiring this beauty. Jungkook, it's okay, I can manage. Say make Yoongi shocked, like suddenly what happened to him? How he say yes, but he don't know. Jungkook can't see Taehyung sad. Jin, huh? Wow, today Jungkook also have good mood. Same said make Jimin chuckled. Whole conversation. Taeyang, no, Jungkook look at him, so he didn't look at him. His eyes stuck on the floor. Jungkook, when you all want to go? Jimin, now. Say Yoongi, huh? It's too earlier. Say make Jimin looking down. Jin, wait, I call Arm and also tell him join us. How's it? Jungkook, you all go. Say and about to go, but Jin stop him. Jin, he shockingly asked to him. Jin, huh? Wait, huh? Where are you going? Like he don't know why, but he asked Jungkook office. Jin, but Jungkook, you all go with Yoongi. I handle their everything, okay? Saying about to go, but Yoongi said, Yoongi, well, I also know you don't have important work, so if you want, you can join us. What you said? Say, Jimin hold Taeyang hand. Jimin, tell Jungkook Hyung, don't go, please. To tell him now, join us. Say Taeyang shocked. Taeyang, huh? How can I tell him, Jimin, please? Taeyang, no, I am not. Say, look at Jungkook who go his room. Yoongi also go. Jimin, Jin Hyung, you want Jungkook Hyung come with us? Now he look at him. Jin, I want because there will be fun. Jimin, Hyung only listen one person. Sit and smirk. Jin look at him and raised one eyebrow. Jin, huh? You really think Jungkook listened to him? Jimin smiled and nodded. Jin, Taeyang, Taeyang shocked. Taeyang, Hyung, Jimin is mad. I know Jungkook didn't listen to me, and why he only listened to me, huh? You all also come with me. I'm sure they listen everyone. Simic, Jimin nodded. Jimin, Taeyang is right. Jimin, if Jungkook Hyung say no for going, so I say Yoongi him very much. Now Jimin say and make Jimin have full confidence. Say make Jin smack Jin really. Jimin hurriedly nodded. Jin, so what you think, huh? Taeyang look at Taeyang and say, Taeyang, okay, I go Jungkook room and tell him, but I know he say no, so be ready, okay? Make Jimin confidently nodded. Jimin, yeah, go, I know everything. Jin looked at Taeyang and gave him eye sign. This beauty nodded and he go. चलो जी I ये हो गया हमारा second last scene. Yes. Taeyang entered the room. He knocked the door, but no one gave answer. That's why he opened the door and entered the room. He see this room interior is extremely beautiful. मजा आंदा है इत्थे पैंदा. He smiled to see this room. At this moment, door opened and Jungkook come out. Taeyang look at him and shocked because he hurriedly look other side. Taeyang, sorry, hurriedly say. Jungkook smiled to see this beauty. He hurriedly look other side. He stand up in front of the mirror. Taeyang, please wear your playing his fingers and say. Jungkook smiled. Jungkook, why I wear? This is my room, and if someone have problems, so he can go. I didn't stop him. Taeyang feels fully red because of like now how he talked with him. Suddenly he listened and shocked. Jungkook look at me. Say make Taeyang shocked and no, I can't. He nodded as no and hurriedly say. Jungkook control his smile and again said, Jungkook, I said look at me right now. Taeyang flinched by sudden louder voice. He gets scared. Taeyang slowly turned his side and looking down. Jungkook, now look at me. Oof, this moment is very awkward for Taeyang. When he looked at him, small smile appeared on his face because now Jungkook wear it. Fadendra sana parde vela parde. Jungkook sit on the couch. Jungkook, now tell me why you come here. He opened the laptop and sitting. I want to tell you something, like ask you, like request. He don't know what he say. Jungkook, tell me, I'm listening. Tell to Taeyang, but eyes, but didn't look at him. Taeyang took a deep breath. पतियों वाला दे दे हैं और अच्छा फिर आ वाला मैंने दे अपना आला चल आ दे कौन है कौन ये तो वॉइस ओवर ना करनी है हमें को ला लाइट बंद कर दे Say and looking down. Jungkook look at him. Jungkook who want look at him and ask Taeyang, we want 10 minutes. We want look at him and said, Jungkook, you also want? Taeyang shocked. Jungkook, I'm asking you also want I come with you. Stand up and again asked to him. Jungkook in mind, Jimin, I think Jungkook tell me, Taeyang, please come with us. He again said, Mira now he want to go, but that's why he hurriedly said, "Sabar chop kar de mere kamar ch dard hunde mere to so lende." Jimin come close to him. Jungkook. So you want I also join you? Come close to him and ask. Taeyang started taking steps back. Taeyang, please come with me. come with us. Look at him and say, Tiang back to the wall. Tiang shocked, he about to go, but Jungkook stopped the way with the help of his hand. Tiang shocked, Jungkook, you also no need to say please because you are the king and I'm your of Jan Jungkook. Say make Taeyang shocked Jungkook. That's why Jan Jungkook only listen you. Because you are the king of Jungkook. And you know now what I want to say. Taeyang looking down. Jungkook look at him and smile. Taeyang, I want कोई शापर नहीं अच्छा. I want to go. Say in low voice. Jungkook go. Taehyung, how can I go? Look at him and said. Jungkook, see his position. He know if Taehyung goes so surely. देखी तो हूँ सुबह फिर वीडियो बनानी नॉवल तक पढ़ा जाना ही नहीं. Jungkook smile. Jungkook okay go. मैं अपना ख़त्म करके यही शुरू करना. Take steps back and say तू अपना पेजेस रखी याद में अपने रखोगी. Big smile appear on his face. क्योंकि ये मेरे को फ़ोन नहीं है ते फ़ोन तो मैं नावल पढ़ नहीं सकती. Thank you happily saying about to go, but Jungkook hold his wrist and stop him. Taeyang heart start because Jungkook hold his hand. ओए आवाज़ की करो. If you need anything and want any help, so come with me. I'm here. He sit like he want to tell him something, but Jungkook still hold Taeyang's hand, but Taeyang did not look at him. Taeyang, leave my hand. Say make Jungkook leaves the hand. Now Taeyang go out of the room. Jungkook sit on the chair. He close his eyes and smile. He think about this beauty. Jungkook like cold man who don't know the meaning of love who's going to with this beauty. This is the good news for some peoples, but only bad news for some peoples. He closes his eyes and see Taehyung picture come in front of his eyes. He smiled. Jin Jungkook start to you. No one stop me. Understand? You also, Mr. Kim Taehyung. Say and smile Kia. Whole night he think about Taehyung like he have only one work in his life. He still feel Taehyung fragrance his room. This is the most beautiful feelings in the world. Well, this room is very beautiful. Taehyung happily come in living room. He see Jin and Jimin is already waiting to him. Taehyung Jimin happily say Jimin, tell me. Hyung say, look at him. Taehyung about to tell him something, but he say Jin look at him and nodded as no. He shocked now suddenly what happened to him. Now what he say? Jimin tell me. Again, Ting look at Jin who still nodded as nothing in mind. Hyung, don't do this with me. You make me crazy. Think and say. Ting, he say he have some work, so he didn't come. Say looking down. Jimin eyes widen. Jimin, huh? Hyung say no. You, I can't believe. Literally, I can't believe. Jimin, yes. He say no. I told you, na, but you didn't listen to me. Thank you. Listen to me, Jimin. Now leave it. Uh, Jimin, yeah, leave it. Come Hyung, let's pack the stuff. Sand about to go, but Tang stand up in front of him. ਇਹ ਕੀ ਕਰਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਵੌਇਸ ਓਵਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣੀ Saying about to go, but Tang stand up in front of him. Jimin smiled and nodded as no. Jin, really? Now it's time to complete promise. Fadi, Alicia the streak आइया. ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਫਾਦੀ ਮਾਨੋ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਆਈ ਆ ਮਾਨੋ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਅਲੀਸ਼ਾ ਦੀ ਵੇਖਣੀ ਮੈਂ ਮਾਨੋ ਨੂੰ ਓਏ ਓਏ ਮਾਨੋ ਕੌਣ ਆ Jimin made fake crying faces and nodded as Taekook go and tell Hyung. Jimin, Taekook, you don't know Taekook, don't worry, he will not because you are his husband. Jimin, Taekook, Jimin, go. Now Jimin don't know what he said, so he silently nodded. Jimin come on terrace because he knows Jimin is here. He say Yoongi busy talking with someone. He start trembling like how he tell him he about to go, but he see Taeyang and Jin angrily look at him. Jimin in mind, I can't do anything. Look at Yoongi and think Yoongi turn his side and say Jimin who's busy playing his fingers. Sometime later, Jimin got the call. Yoongi, why you come here? Look at him and sit. Jimin, I want to tell you something. Looking down and say, Jimin, tell me, I'm listening. Jin and Taeyang happily say the same. Jin, I tell you, but promise me, never scold me, okay? Say, look at him. Yoongi raised one eyebrow. Yoongi, tell me. Say, Jimin, you. Then about to run, but Yoongi stop it. Yoongi, stop there right now. Loudly, make Jimin freeze his prayers. Jin look at Taehyung and smile. Yoongi stand up. Yoongi, huh? What you said? He again asked to him like he can't believe he listened something wrong. Jimin nothing. Smile and say, Jimin, don't be. I said, tell me. Angrily, Jimin, said and looking down. Yoongi raised one eyebrow. Yoongi, you know the meaning of these words? Jimin looking down and nodded. Yoongi come close to him. Yoongi, so still you're telling me? Jimin shocked. To be continued. Well, next part is extremely. Hope you all like it. If you like, then subscribe and tell me in comments. Bye bye. Take care.